Alright boys, welcome to the next arena challenge between two of the most recent Sony releases. Both are truly wireless earphones, but one of these are made for audio quality and noise cancellation, while these are made for sports and waterproofing and some noise cancellation as well. Two different products for two different consumers, but how do they stack up against each other? That's what we're going to find out right now. Now, as far as the few of you who have seen both individual reviews of these, I think you know what direction I'm headed. But look, this is not going to be a long one. It's going to be a short one because of how one-sided the situation is. But I want to list it out and put it out on paper, or should I say on video, so that no one ever has a doubt between these two. You can come to this video and I can tell you exactly what you need to know regarding these as far as a comparison is concerned. So from here on out, I'm going to be referring to these as XM3 and I'm referring to these as 800N, just as an FYI. As far as the contents go, they're a tie because the black offers the XM3s offer 7 pairs of ear tips, which are 4 silicone and 3 foam, while the white offer 3 pairs of tips and 3 pairs of wings. So everything else is pretty much exactly the same. There's really nothing else to say here, other than the fact that, I'll get to that in the build quality. But yeah, as far as the contents go, everything else is the same. You get the cables, you get the instruction manuals, you get, boxes, obviously. I forget if you get a snack with either one of these, but yeah, whatever. But honestly, yeah, that's it, man. Do you want 7 tips, silicone and foam? Or do you want 3 tips and 3 wing tips that are completely separate? So you got many different options there. Now, as far as the build is concerned, it goes to the XM3. Both offer a plastic finish, yes, and both are matte. But the XM3s offer slightly more premium plastic material. It feels more durable, while the 800N feel like hollow. Like, you know what? Let me see if I can go ahead and do something here real quick. If you can listen to this. Now, go ahead and listen to this. I mean, I really don't have to say much other than if you could hear that, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, I shook both of these with the lids open, and the 800N barely budged, but the XM3 never did. So take that as you will. Let's go ahead and do that right here real quick, just as an example here. So go ahead and wiggle both of these. I can tell you that I can feel the lid of the 800N wiggling a little, whereas the XM3 is it's not. It's staying perfectly in place. Now, the 800N are water resistant, so they do have that advantage to the build quality portion, as opposed to the XM3s, which are, they're not water resistant. They're just not. As far as the comfort is concerned, I'm going to give this one to the 800N. I mean, it's a landslide this time, but in the opposite direction. The 800N, especially for someone like me who really struggles to fit IEMs and earbuds into their ears and have them stay in, these things are a godsend. They really are, as far as the comfort is concerned. Wingtips are our greatest ally, because you don't need to rely on the ear canal anymore. You can now just rely on this and be perfectly happy with it. So I mean, at least the 800N can stay in my ear for longer than a few seconds without having to molest my ear canals. I wonder if I can say molest on YouTube. Well, if I can't, I guess I'll upload this video again at some point. Both plug my ears a lot and create that submerged underwater effect that I hear when listening to an earbud or an IEM that focuses on plugging up the ear and providing passive noise isolation. Now, as far as the tech is concerned, once again, I'm going to give it to the XM3, because although both have different purposes for 2 different markets and have their own special benefits and disadvantages, the XM3 accomplishes its mission more successfully than the 800N does. The XM3 promises active noise canceling. It delivers in spades. It promises premium sound. More on that very soon. But I'm just going to say, it delivers in spades. The 800N, on the flip side, are meant for workouts and to cancel noise. Do they fit in for workouts? Yes, they do. Do they cancel noise effectively? No, they don't. And the thumpy steps negate its use in a workout scenario also. Also, if you remember my previous video, the individual review on these, I mentioned that whenever you go on a power walk or anything faster than that, like a jog or a run, you're gonna hear your steps amplified as if microphonics were taking effect, which is when, like on a wired headphone, which is when they just like bang up against your body and you can hear that in the actual ear, in the audio, you can hear the thump. You can definitely hear that with these in the same way, just because of that plugged up feeling that they give you when you're listening to music or when you have these in your ears in general. So, well, what's the point? You know, what's the point of the active noise cancellation if, great, you don't hear the sounds around you, but you can hear the thumpy steps very, very clearly. Oh, so clearly. Beautiful thumps. Anyway, now we get into the most important thing and the most, like, in my opinion, the most important feature of these. So, the XM3s win by a landslide. Landslide. I mean, I don't even have to separate the sound section into like subsections where it's like bass, treble, mids, whatever. Look, they take the cake by a landslide. The bass is tighter and more texturized. The mids are fuller and more detailed. The treble is almost perfect, but it's way better than the 800N's treble with actual detail, no less. The soundstage and imaging, no contest. These things sound like a tiny little pill, congested and just clogged and constipated. These sound almost like an actual headphone. I mean, it's scary. It is scary how, like, okay, it's scary. It's very scary. Scarily good, not scarily bad. Separation. Oh, so far better on these. Just so better, man. Just, look. The sound on these almost fool you into thinking they're a wired headphone. Almost. The sound on these almost fool you into thinking they're not a toy. So who's the winner here? I don't know. Hey, can you guess who the winner is? Do I really need to mention who the winner here is? Look, if you need a quality, truly wireless pair, get the XM3s. These things are the quality. These things are the real deal. Just no contest. If you need a workout bud, then I highly recommend looking somewhere else. Look at anywhere else for a workout bud. It's sad, really. You can tell that when they made these, what they lacked was the comfort and the waterproofing, so that these could be like the ultimate earbud of like ultimate destiny or whatever. And then they came up with these saying, you know, okay, well, these will cover those gaps in our repertoire. So we'll just get these, we'll create these, and people will just own both and be like, I'll use these for quality and use these for workouts. No, you won't. I'm done.